In this video, we are going to have a look at the latest all-in-one music system from Technics, the Technics Ottava Forte SC C70 Mark II. Kia ora, good morning everyone, Richard here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to have a look at this Technics Ottava Forte SC C70 Mark II. This is the second generation of the Forte SC C70 music system, and while the outside of it looks very similar to the original version, but inside it comes with many new changes and improvements. So let's start this review by talking about the design and build quality of this all-in-one music system first. This SC-C70 Mark II has a box-shaped design, and the design looks pretty much identical to the original SC-C70. The size of this unit is not very big, but it is a pretty heavy one. The weight of this is around 8 kg. The SC-C70 Mark II has an aluminium top plate that looks and feels very nice and very premium. And at the center of it, we have a CD player, and you can open the cover by manually turning it like this. Even though CD player is probably not a very important feature these days, but most of us would still have a bit of CD collection at home, so I guess it's still a good thing that this SC-C70 Mark II retained a CD player. If you look at the front, at the center, there is a OLED display. This is not a very large OLED display, and it is also not touch sensitive, but it does display a lot of useful information, and also it supports non-English language. There are a total of 4 newly designed speakers behind the front grille, so on each side we have a 2 cm tweeter and also a 8 cm woofer. Unlike most other music systems in the market, which usually has a lot of buttons, dials, knobs, and other controls on the unit, this C70 Mark II only has 3 physical buttons at the top of the unit, and then there are a few more touch-sensitive buttons that's not really visible, and that's pretty much it. So overall, it has a very simple yet very elegant design. I would call it a simple sophisticated design because it looks like it is a very simple design, but if you look a little bit closer, you will find out the designer at Technics, they put in a lot of effort to improve the look and feel of every single detail, and that just make this C70 Mark II feels very nice and feel very premium. And probably because of its small size and its low-key design, I found that I can put this C70 Mark II in different part of my house. I try put it in my living room or my bedroom, and it still looks very nice in various parts of my house. There are 3 different ways to control this C70 Mark II. The first one is to use the buttons on the unit. So we have the power button here, there's a range of touch-sensitive buttons, and also a plus and minus button here, so that you can use this button to do most of the basic features. Otherwise, it also comes with a remote control. Pretty much all the features are accessible through this remote control. But for most people, I think you'll be controlling this music system using your smartphone most of the time. This C70 Mark II supports both AirPlay and Chromecast. So if you are an Android user like me, then you can install Google Home, and you can easily connect it to the C70 Mark II, and then you can stream or cast various kind of music from your smartphone onto this C70 Mark II very easily. Or you can install the Technics Audio Center app. With this app installed, you can play music from your smartphone onto this C70 Mark II, and you also have access to all the settings that is available on this device, including volume, EQ, or a feature that is pretty interesting. It's called Space Tune. The app itself is very easy to use. The user interface is smooth and very responsive, and over the last couple of weeks, I didn't have any crashes or any kind of issues like that. Space Tune is a pretty interesting feature because it allows you to adjust the audio output from the unit, depends on where you position it in your house, to give you the best audio quality. There are 3 presets that is available, which is free, near the wall or near the corner, so you could choose the one that is most suitable for you, or you can get it to do an auto adjustment, so the speaker will play some different audio and measure it using the built-in microphone, and then it will automatically find out what is the best setting for your place. In the older days, a music system just need to have a CD player and the audio input, and that's all the playback and connection you need. But these days, a music system need a lot more than that. With this C70 Mark II, it has a CD player, as I mentioned before, and it has audio input, including an optical input. And it also has Bluetooth connection, and it also can do USB audio playback. And then it has internet radio and also supports various music streaming platforms, including Spotify, Tidal, and Deezer. And as mentioned before, it also supports AirPlay and Chromecast. So pretty much any kind of streaming or audio input that you can think of is supported by this C70 Mark II. In terms of audio quality, to be honest, I really wasn't sure what I should expect because I haven't tried the original C70. So on one hand, it has the Technics name on it, so it should give me pretty high expectation. But then on the other hand, it is just a box-shaped all-in-one music system, so I would think the audio quality can't be that good. I would say the audio quality of the C70 Mark II is not quite as good as those system hi-fi unit, the one that with individual speakers. But for a box-shaped all-in-one system, the music that comes out from C70 Mark II's speaker surprised me quite a bit. It gives me a taste of what a good hi-fi system should sound like. The bass comes out from its 12cm subwoofer is very solid. I won't say the bass is very deep because after all it only uses a 12cm subwoofer, so it's not even a 12-inch subwoofer. So with that considered, I think the bass, the amount and the quality of the bass comes out from the C70 Mark II is very decent. Personally, I would prefer the highs to be a little bit brighter, but with a few quick EQ adjustments, I could get the audio to sound pretty much exactly how I like it to be. I guess what impressed me the most is the music that comes out from C70 Mark II's speaker doesn't sound like music that comes out from a little all-in-one unit. During the Christmas period, I have invited some friends and family to my place, and I was playing some music in the living room using the C70 Mark II, and I noticed some of the people, they put their ear next to the big speaker. I have some home theater floor standing speaker in my living room because they thought the music comes out from those speakers. And when I told them the music actually just come out from this little unit, the big speakers I didn't turn on at all, they were all pretty surprised because they thought the music sounds really good, and also they feel like the music comes from something much bigger than this C70 Mark II. And I found this C70 Mark II sounds the best when I use it to play some music in a low to mid volume. So sometimes when I was just sitting there reading some books or just using the computer to browse the internet, I have it playing some music in the background, and the music just sounds very nice. It's very relaxing and very comfortable to listen to. It doesn't mean I can't crank up the volume because I can make this C70 Mark II's speaker to output pretty loud music, but I think it's probably not the best system if you want to buy something as a party machine. If you have a very big hall that you want to, fill up the whole hall with the music from a system, then this C70 Mark II is probably not the best choice. But having said that, even if you have a relatively big living room, this C70 Mark II can still handle it quite comfortably. In terms of audio quality, I think I really don't have much to complain about, considering its limitation because of the shape and the size of this system. The audio that comes out from the C70 Mark II is quite a bit better than what I expected. Design and build quality wise is also very good because the whole unit looks very nice, very elegant, and also very premium. However, there are two things that I think the Technics could improve a little bit. The first thing is the cover for the CD player, or the door for the CD player. Now, this is a manual cover that you have to open it yourself. First thing is, I would definitely prefer if it has a mechanical automatic door that you can press a button and open it and close it, because that's what I thought a premium system like this should have. But even if it doesn't have, now when I try to manually open and close the cover of the door, the feels is kind of okay, but it just doesn't feel exactly as premium as the rest of the system. I don't really know how to explain it, because there is nothing really wrong with the cover, the way how it open and close, but there's just something that I feel Technics could improve a little bit in terms of the tactile feedback. And the second thing I feel Technics could improve is the remote control. Now, there is completely nothing wrong with this remote control. It works very well and everything is very easy to use. But again, it just doesn't feel quite as premium as the unit itself. Maybe because the remote itself is pretty plasticky, or maybe because when I press the button, the feedback doesn't feel very satisfying. But apart from that, the C70 Mark II is a very nice music system, and I really enjoyed using it to listen to music. A couple of nights, I would go to my living room after my kids go to bed. I put a CD into the CD player. The CD player has a little light there so that I can see the CD spinning inside the CD player, and I was just standing in front of it, looking at the CD spinning and listening to the music that comes out from the speaker. And that, to me, is a very relaxing experience.